Hi, everybody. It's John from the Kaiser Report, sitting outside here on a beautiful afternoon, a Wednesday afternoon, and we finished our Kaiser Report this morning, and I did go downtown Bristol and take care of some business today, and thought I'd just film this a little bit out here with the woods behind me. I've been out in the woods. Kaiser and I took a nice peaceful walk and reflected on what the day brought and said our prayers. And here we are on the front porch with my back to the woods and talking to you about a couple of things I've heard while I was out on the radio today. Basically, most of what's going on in the hearings with Biinken, Anthony Biinken, doesn't have any answers for what Ted Cruz was asking him. They got into a little bit of a rough tiff there, and he kept trying to carry, the Biden line for re-election rather than answer the yes and no questions about what he's done with regard to messing up around the world and what the Biden administration has managed to get us involved in here and there. He's made these trips all around, but I guess the big thing today was him coming out, or yesterday, coming out with a sympathy message to Iran about the loss of the butcher of Tehran there that died in the helicopter crash, which was not probably a good move to be making with the world watching, knowing who he is and how many people this guy has murdered, and in the fashion that he murdered them. Was a disturbing thing to hear that we sent this sympathetic apology over there. And when he was asked about what their oil production was prior to us funding with billions of dollars and what it's increased to, he had no idea of the numbers, but Ted Cruz came prepared and knew what the numbers were. Sad in a way that that they've made so much money and been able to increase their production to 5 times what it was during the previous administration. And the fact that we sent more cash over there on top of what Obama sent a plane load over, and we ended up financing Hamas to start this war with Israel. Because that's what the money went for. This administration, I've told you in the past, is a real carnival act of people that were put in through diversity hires to do jobs that they were not cut out to do in any way, shape, or form. And then we have on the international side of things, we have Biinken, and of course Nod is the president, and we haven't figured out who Winken is yet, but I would say probably Schumer. So you have Winken, Biinken, and Nod has built up Iran to a power that they didn't need to be. They were under the thumb of sanctions at the time they all took office in their jobs. So we have this going on right now with no answers from the deep state as it exists with these individuals in charge. That and the fact that now we're going to deplete and take down our gasoline and oil reserves. We talked about that this morning a little bit. That's not a good situation for us to be in. We need to have those reserves for emergency purposes, and we talked about that earlier, so I won't go into it in any more detail than that. But so consider this a second Kaiser report today. from outdoors because it is a beautiful day, and we do have some rainstorms coming in, I guess, late tonight or mostly tomorrow. There's a 55% chance of severe thunderstorms coming this way. So I thought we'd get out and take our walk in the woods and do a little relaxing today in case we can't get out tomorrow. But other than the Biinken story going on, I guess the story that has rocked several people in the Senate and in Congress is the fact that Biden signed off on the raid on Mar-a-Lago and said to use extreme force, and that's a little scary that took place. Their raid went in plain clothes, and it was a secure place because the Secret Service are in charge down there, and they should have known that this was not something that would be normal for the FBI or anybody else. Any agency should communicate with the other agencies as they go along, but they decided to take this on Joe Biden's advice and do it that way. You know, that is election interference, number one. I know that at the time the Mar-a-Lago raid was done, he wasn't nominated to run. But this whole New York case that they're on about all the time now is not a good thing because it is election interference. You can't have a incumbent tie up your only. Well, it's not his only because you have RFK Jr. in there, and I really do believe he belongs in these debates. I think he has some things to share with the American population as well, and I hope that they'll come to their senses and realize they need to add him into that. But enough said on politics and what's going on there. I just want to say to you that we're all getting ready to have a celebratory weekend for Memorial Day, and as I said in today's broadcast, we need to remember the people that gave their lives and worked so hard in the war situations in the past to keep us free. And we need to remember that, and we need to remember all of those that did not come home. So think about that while you're out. Got our hot dogs already from the butcher shop. And we have plenty of chopped meat for hamburgers, and got some great cheese from the butcher shop as well. So we're all set for a barbecue, and we do have some ribs that I may have to cook up for Memorial Day. And I'm wishing you all a very happy Wednesday evening. God bless you all, and we'll see you tomorrow, as always, on the Kaiser Report. And let's take a look and see where Kaiser is. I think he's just taking another hike, so he's not right here with me right now, but he's close by. So from Kaiser and I, have a great evening. We love you. Bye-bye now.